So you've got your guitar, but now you want to be able to play a song. So let's teach you some of those chords that you're going to need. Hey guys, welcome back. So let's get you playing your first songs. And these 5 chords are pretty much the first 5 that most guitarists will learn when they first start playing. So we've got the A, and then the C, then we go to the D, the E, and the G, all majors. And you can get through quite a few little songs, probably ones that you'll know as well when you know all 5. So without further ado, let's jump in with the A. One thing that's worth mentioning here, just in case you've never read any explanation or music layout like this before, this cross here, that means we don't play that string. So the thick E string, the 6th string, we're not playing that string. These O's stand for open, so we won't be touching those strings with any finger, we're just going to let them ring open as they are. And then these numbers here will be which fingers we use, so 1st, 2nd or 3rd finger. And then, for example, on the A, we're putting all of our fingers on the 2nd fret, on the 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings, with our 1st, 2nd and 3rd fingers. So as we saw with the A there, we're using our 1st, 2nd and 3rd fingers. We're going to have them all on the 2nd fret, on the 4th, 3rd and 2nd string. So if we put our 1st on the 4th, our 2nd on the 3rd and our 3rd on the 2nd, all on the 2nd fret. And as we said, we're not going to be playing this top string, so the 6th, the thick E string. We're going to be playing an open on the 5th, and we're going to be leaving that 1st smaller E string also open. So I want you to put your thumb behind the fretboard there, making sure that your fingers are arched and they're clear of all of the other strings. And then we're going to play it slowly first of all, one string at a time. So 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st. Now if you're not hearing a clear note on any of those, it's either that your finger is touching, so you might get something like that, or it should be this, or that your finger isn't pushed down hard enough. Especially if you're learning with an acoustic and you haven't ever played guitar before, you might find that that's a problem first of all. But you will build up a bit of finger strength while you're playing, and also a bit more of a solid end to your fingers. So when we play that all together, it should sound like this. What we need to do is just strum that a few times, up and down. And when you're comfortable that it's sounding good and you can play all the strings singularly and cleanly, and we should move on to the C. So, time for the C chord. Okay, so this one's going to feel a little bit weirder. The A is quite easy because you've got all your fingers nice and close to each other. This C, we're going to have our fingers more at this sort of angle. So we're going to be putting our 1st finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string. Then we're putting our 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. And then our 3rd finger here on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. And again, we're not playing this top string. So what I want you to do first of all is just play every string individually. And at first, again, you're gonna probably not hear it as clean as that. You're probably gonna hear, you know, a finger catching on an open string, like that. That's fine. You need to get used to that. That's gonna happen sometimes, especially when you're first starting out. So you wanna make sure that your absolute sort of fingertips are on. And you can see there, my fingers are nice and arched and clear away from the 2 open strings. So again, when you're comfortable that it's sounding correct string by string, and you can strum it a few times. we can move on to our next chord, which is a D. Okay, so as we saw with the D chord there, we're actually not playing the 6th or 5th string. We're literally just playing these bottom 4, and what we're going to be doing is putting our first finger on the 3rd string on the 2nd fret, our 2nd on the 2nd fret of the 1st string, and our 3rd on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. So again, we're just playing those bottom 4, so if you just play them as they are, nice and simple. We're not playing those top 2 strings at all. So once again, let's play them individually, up and down. Make sure it's nice and clean, nice and clear. And then just go ahead and strum that a few times. And when you're comfortable with that D shape, let's move on over to the E. Okay, so let's get on to the E. So this time we are actually playing every single string. So we're going to be playing our 2nd finger on the 2nd fret, the 3rd finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and the 1st on the 1st fret of the 3rd string. So now we're going to be playing every single string. So let's just strum that down. Some people find this a bit of a weirder movement at the beginning, but eventually it becomes like very natural. You'll hold that shape in a lot of other chords as well. Maybe not with these fingers. Sometimes you'll hold a shape like that when you're playing a bar chord, like up here. So first time, let's just play it through as it is. And this time, let's give it a few strums up and down, just making sure you're comfortable with it. Again, keeping that finger behind there, and then when you're comfortable with the E, let's move on over to the final note we're going to learn today, or the final chord. That's the G. So now we're going to go in for that 5th and final chord we're learning today. That's the G chord. So as you saw on the chart, we're going to have our 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of that 6th top string, our 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the 2nd string, and our 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. And again, we're just going to play it one at a time. And then back down. Just making sure every note is clean and clear. And then we're going to do a few strums just to see how that feels. And there you have it. Today, hopefully, you've learned 5 brand new first time chords. The next thing I suggest you guys to do is just to go through getting used to changing between them. So just strum the chord first of all, and then change as quickly as you can to the next one. Try not to put your thumb over the top. And just get used to playing between the chords. And eventually you'll get to that point where you can just be strumming and then just change. So I hope you've enjoyed the lesson today. I hope you've learned these chords well. And obviously what we can do now is moving forward, I'll put out a few more lessons. We'll learn some new chords, we'll learn some songs together. But if there's anything in particular you want to see, just drop it in the comments below. And if you like what you've seen, then just go ahead, subscribe, and as always, if you can just click on the little notification bell so you know whenever these new lessons or any collab or any brand new music videos come out. Cheers guys, keep playing.